Okay, cool. Well, yay, I'm so glad you guys are all here, and this is super exciting. This is going to be super quick and efficient. I know everyone's time is super precious, obviously. So Kayla and I were just chatting, and we think it's essential that we pop some new emeralds on our team. So we wanted to get together and just kind of do a call, especially with so many of you guys that are new in our entire downline. Like I know there were a ton of new coaches just in January and February across the board. So even for those people who aren't on, we want to have this recording to be able to share about the importance of Emerald, specifically what it is, and how to get there, and hopefully get some new emeralds this week on the team, which would be super great. So we're going to keep this quick, go over everything, and then we'll have some time for the questions at the end. I'll probably stop recording when we do questions if we need to. But so I'm going to start and just talk about the fact that Emerald is a mindset. It's a decision. Emerald is something you decide that you're going to do for your business. It shouldn't be thought as something that is super difficult because if you're on this call, number one, you showed up for this call, which is huge. It means you're invested in yourself and your business. And if you're invested in this business, then Emerald is literally a stepping stone to amazing things that you're going to do, to Diamond, to 2-star, to 5-star, to Elite, all these things, which maybe are foreign words to you right now, but they should start being on your radar as you move forward in this business, just depending on how fast you want to grow. If you're someone that is like, heck yes, I'm here, I'm showing up, I want this, then it's like, get to Diamond, let's go. And all of that stuff, Emerald is literally just a stepping stone. So it's very, Kayla's going to talk about how simple it is ultimately to get, I just got so distracted, Lauren, now you're so burnt.
Oh my gosh. I was trying to like log on. Look at my eyeballs. My face is like swollen. I was trying to like turn off my video before I saw you all.
Well, this is going to be the greatest recording. Okay. Getting back on track. Anyways. Oh, sorry, you good. But literally, Emerald is just a decision. Like you guys could all decide that you're going to be Emerald by tomorrow. If you don't know, rank advancements happen on Thursday. So anytime from Thursday to Wednesday, if you rank advance, you're not going to see that posted in your office until Thursday morning. So you guys could wake up as Emeralds for those of you who aren't there, for those of you who are trying to grow a spouse account or add coaches elsewhere in your downline, or even just go Emerald twice, go Emerald 3 times. Like it can happen as simple as like 30 minutes. So Kayla, I'm going to hand it over to her because she's going to talk more specifically about how it is, like not to overthink going Emerald and not to make it some big deal, because it really, like I said, it's just something that's going to happen in your progression of growing this business.
Yeah. Okay. So like Morgan said, like it's not anything you should ever overthink. It is very, very basic. You need one coach on one leg, one coach on the other leg. Like they do not have to be working coaches. And one of the most important things, like to start out your business, is if you have a spouse or a significant other or somebody, like sign them up right away, because you're already putting yourself halfway to Emerald at that point. Because when you think about it, a lot of us use like Shakeology, Performance Line, whatever. And if you sign up your spouse on one of those accounts to get your Performance Line or something, you're benefiting your own business off of that. So that's something that's not super challenging or anything. Like you just need to do it. That's a non-negotiable. And then as for your other person, like a family member, or find a friend that you're like, okay, like you do want to hold each other accountable for like this entire program, like sign them up as a coach. Like you guys just don't overthink it. It's not something that should be very challenging, very hard, and very scary. Like it's just something you find 2 simple people to sign up, one leg and the other, and there you are, and you're advancing your business like right off the bat. So just stop overthinking it and just think of who in your head are you going to use as those 2 stepping stones to get your business to that point.
Yep. And to go off that, like that's Emerald, we're going to talk about the benefits and I'll get there, but like Emerald is a confidence booster to know that you've hit your first rank within this business, to know that you're actually moving your business forward and not just finding customers, which of course, like hitting Success Club, getting customers is huge, but actually starting to realize that you have the potential to build a business. It's a huge confidence boost. You're going to get shouted out in the team pages. You're going to get shouted out on your sponsor coach's social media. Like it just literally, if you Success Starter or hit Success Club, you feel that, like, oh my gosh, that's so cool to see my name and my picture there. So that's just a huge confidence boost that it is to hit Emerald. And like Kayla said, I think a lot of people, I know I had this thought, and I'm sure many people did too. They think if you're signing up a spouse and a parent, or even a friend, like say if you're just like, hey, I'm going to sign you up for this coach discount. You want to do this 6-week program. We're going to sign you up so you can get the discount starting into month 2. Whatever it is, people are like, well, it's cheating or it's not, working the business. It is. It is. I promise you, like I was just talking to Kayla before we got on this call, her first 2 coaches were her husband and her mom. My first coaches, yeah, my first coaches were my dad and a friend. And then my mom signed right up after that because she wanted to support me. So, your first coaches might not even be there in a year. I'm not saying that people come and go in this business, but getting to Emerald and having that, it's going to project you forward because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And you're going to keep going and you're going to keep building. You're going to go Emerald again and again. So I would just say if you are someone who's sitting there like, well, I need to do it, but I don't know who, like you have the people. They are there. You just need to, like I said, make a decision to do it. So I would say that, but the reason I want to touch, because I know Kayla mentioned your spouse, and I want to touch on this because I screwed up on this. Like, I'll just be 100% honest. So if you have a spouse, whether they are an actual spouse, a boyfriend, fiance, whoever, like say you can do a mom, a dad if you don't have a spouse. But especially if you actually have a husband or someone, even a fiance, someone that is serious, like, and they're going to be with you through this business for years to come, you need to trust me when I say you need to sign them up first, because your business and your office is designed to put your first coach onto your weak leg. And putting a spouse on your weak leg is going to help you build volume, because ultimately you can control that account. You can work that business essentially with your spouse per compliance. So you and your spouse can work that business together. But you can control that business, and it ultimately is all the volume is going to drive up to you and help you cycle more. So like Kayla said, most of us, if you don't, I mean, I understand money doesn't grow on trees and we all are in different situations financially, but I use all of our products. I mean, I'm constantly ordering Shakeology every single month because I know I need to be drinking it for the benefits, and I like it. I drink it every day. I drink Energize and Recover. I can't live without them. I drink Hydrate every single day. I'm ordering beach bars. I'm ordering samples to take when I'm traveling. Like all of that additional stuff besides just your 90 PV on your account for you to stay active and to hit Success Club. If you are putting it in your spouse account, you are actually benefiting from it. So it's almost like, okay, you have this extra account, and yes, you need to order stuff under it to keep it active, but you're getting it anyways. And yes, now you're having an additional $15 coach fee, but if you have that and you're hitting Emerald, you're going to at least cycle once a month, which means you're going to get a $14 bonus. And if you need to go over cycling a little bit more, I know I have a video that I did in Fit Isabel. You can check that out. I think if you just search like volume training, it'll come up, but you're going to cycle at least once a month, which means you're going to make a $14 bonus, which in itself is going to pay for that additional coach fee. So essentially, if you're buying all the products anyways, you're honestly if not breaking even, but you're going to eventually make money because you're going to cycle more. So, and you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have that business to build later down the road. And why I say like sign it up now, because as you guys start to grow and as you build these organizations, like I know right now it might be a foreign concept to think that you're going to be building a team. Believe me, when I first started, I was like, Emerald, what? Like, what am I going to do? Trust me, like I'm getting you guys. I get passionate about this stuff. But like I know it seems crazy right now, but to think that all of you guys were this huge team because, you know, we said yes and all that. And so all of this organization, you think like people, they all build volume, and all the volume rolls up on each leg ultimately to you. Okay. And then you cycle based on basically every time you get 300 volume. So, you know, 90 Shakeology. So if you're getting 3 orders and blah, 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 like you're just cycling, and that's just extra bonus in addition to your commission. And I know this might be like, shoot, like I said, I have a volume training. But my point is, if your spouse, you have this huge organization, if your spouse is all the way up here and you get your spouse to even just Emerald, they're going to cycle $14 a cycle with all of these people underneath that you've now built in your organization over a year, over 2 years. So it's essential that they're up here, because what happened to me is my spouse was like, no. And I was like, well, I'm going to sign you up. And now I finally signed him up in June of last year, 2 years into my business, and he's down here. So there's all these people and all this volume that he's missing out on because I don't have him at the top of my organization. So I understand there's costs associated with it up front. I understand there's the business fee. I understand you're now going to have to find something to keep that account active. But trust me when I say you want to do it, and it is worth it in the end, because I can tell you Kayla and I are both have built husband's account, and it's making money. So just believe me when I say you want to sign your spouse up.
I would not be where I am. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no, go.
I wouldn't be where I am. Like, I hold a diamond rank, and Nate is my only Emerald on my one side. So without him and without his account, I would still be an Emerald. Like, I have still, after all of this time, he's my only essentially working coach on that side. So he's very, very, very beneficial to me. And it's okay to advance your business with a spouse account or with an account who's not actually like working the business. Like, that's part of the strategic plan of all of this. Like, that's why it's so important. So just remember that too. Like, you don't have to have a ton of working coaches that you find out there. Like, you can use your spouse and like benefit from it significantly. So
yep. So it's a huge benefit of going Emerald to have the spouse, because they're going to help you go Emerald, which is going to help you cycle. And they're going to, anything you order is going to go under them, which is going to add to your volume. Other benefits of Emerald, if you are, like I said, it's a huge confidence boost. It's your first rank advancement. You're going to get huge shout outs. If you are Emerald and hitting Success Club, you're going to get free leads. You guys, that is literally free money. I cannot tell you, I know several of us have locked in Success Club because of a free lead. Or all the time people are going to Beachbody On Demand because they see a commercial, they hear it, like it's on podcasts, there's ads, they hear about Beachbody On Demand, they go to the website and they purchase a 3-month, a 6-month subscription. All of those people get shot to a coach. So at least probably 3 or 4 people a week I'm getting that are Beachbody On Demand. That's right there, $15, $20, $40 if they're doing the year membership. So it is literally free money, free leads for Emerald. You will get a little thing in the mail. It's super fun to get like company recognition. So you'll get a little certificate, and I think like right? Haley Payne still has his green wristband. Yep. So it's just like fun stuff to get recognized and know that you're moving your business forward. I'm trying to think, are there any other benefits, like main benefits that I'm leaving off? The free leads is huge, obviously, free money,
cycling,
getting your account. So yeah, that's pretty much what we had. I just wanted to like basically come on here, like I said, with so many new coaches and just really drive in on the importance of Emerald and getting there ASAP. Cool. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, you guys are all muted. So make sure you unmute yourself and let's chat. We got like 15 minutes, even maybe like 20 minutes if you guys like really are like, help me make this work. Like, let me figure this out. Depending on what questions you guys ask, if we're just going to start chit chatting, then I might turn off the recording. But if you guys have good questions, I want other people to be able to hear those. So. There you go, Taylor. You're unmuted.
Okay. So do you work your like dad's or your parents' account too?
I do not personally. So my dad's account was what helped me get Emerald. I since have let it go inactive. My mom now actually controls it. She controls her and him because like she does the same thing. She buys Shakeology for both of them. So she's like, I'll just keep them both. One gets the performance, one gets the Shakeology. So I don't. And like say it's something where if you did do like a mom or a dad and it's not a spouse that you want to control and have, like once you're past Emerald and once you're building, like you're not under a contract. You can cancel that account. You can let it go inactive or whatever. But it is nice to have. And there are several people who will tell you that they have built other accounts besides a spouse, like parents, in-laws.
Not worked really, but I utilized my mom's account for a while to keep myself active, especially when I finally hit diamond. But I have since let her account go. But she like was using Energize, but I was also like adding my stuff onto that too to keep it active enough to allow me to stay where I was. But so technically, yeah, I guess I was working hers while I needed it, just because I knew how important it was and just didn't have the people that I needed. But I've since let that go. But right off the bat, I was doing that.
So did you just pay like the $40 coach fee to?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, so as far as that's the hard part about signing up a spouse is, like for Nick, we did the $40 sign up fee, just to get his account. And then once we did that, it ends up being about as broad as it is long. So once we did that, then I ordered the performance stack, with his account. And so the performance stack was like $82. So it would have been about the same as ordering a challenge pack because it ended up being like $120. So I think actually it was about $10 less. But you do get, like if you wanted to do like a 3-day refresh is a great way to sign up a spouse because there's a 3-day refresh challenge pack. So it'll come with the Shakeology. You get a 3-day refresh, which is great just to have. I always like to have one on hand because I never know when I might want to do one. If I've like eaten like crap for a week or something, but, and you'll get Success Club points off that. So that's another huge benefit of signing up a spouse is for some of you guys who are pushing for Success Club, you end up getting points. So that's a good way because since it is a challenge pack with the 3-day refresh challenge pack, you'll get the $40 fee waived versus if you were to just go buy Shakeology on HD, you would get the Success Club points for that. But since it's not a challenge pack, you wouldn't get the $40 fee waived. So you'd be paying way too much. So don't do something like that.
Yeah, I already have my boyfriend signed up underneath me, but if I were to like sign up my mom or something, I don't know if I would just like pay the coach fee or like actually buy something.
Yeah, so what happens if you just pay the coach fee, they're not active since there's no volume under there. But like say you could pay the $40 and then they'll be active and then they'll from there have the discounts and then you could do beach bars or you could do, Energize a box of the sticks to give out as samples or different stuff like that. Or even, there's like tons of stuff that'll add up to 50 PV where you end up spending like not more than $50. So it would end up being probably around 100. So it's like, say it's not that much less than a challenge pack. So it depends on what works for you. So like I said, it is a little bit more upfront, especially if you're going to be controlling 2 accounts, but it's also something where you like say you work a little harder, you get a few more coaches, you let them go inactive and you don't have to necessarily like keep them active after you have maintained that Emerald.
One thing too, this doesn't really relate to that, but I know one of my coaches, her husband used to be in the military. So like if you have anybody like that who is a challenger of yours or anything, like they don't have to pay their coach fee. So like fine, if you have any of those people too, just like offer them the opportunity, because that's a great way. Like they literally get the discount for basically free. So
Yes, yeah, and that's a great thing I should have mentioned when we were talking about just Emerald in general, is anybody that is active military or a military spouse of an active military doesn't have to pay the $15 fee. So if you have challengers that are military or military spouses, there is absolutely no reason they should not be a discount coach, because they're getting 25% off for nothing. If their spouse is retired military, the spouse doesn't get the fee waived, only the person that is retired military. So if you have a challenger, it's like, well, my husband is retired military, they could sign their husband up as a coach to get the fee waived, but they themselves could not get it waived unless their spouse was active.
So if I sign up Torrance because he's in the military, would he, as like my spouse account, would he get that discount?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you need to do that like tonight.
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Because then you're not even having to pay it would just be like whatever you're going to pay to get them, like whatever product to get them started.
Hold on.
Yeah. But the $40 fee, the sign up fee is waived as well for military, just so you guys know.
I guess like what my concern is with the spouse account, like does Spencer have to be, I don't know, he is a college football coach, so like time 0 is what he has basically. So like what is his obligation